How great to see you.
Thank you, Pat.
I have friends who say they see you out, you do a lot of walking.
I do every morning.
That's your exercise?
Yeah. I'm on a 5-mile walking program every morning, have been for 17 years.
Good for you. Was it about, how long ago, what was your last season, Coach?
1975.
Wow, has it been that long already? It
has.
goes quickly. In between that time, 75 to now, we're talking less than 15 years, has the game changed much in just that time?
The basic philosophy of the game has not changed, but some new rules have brought about a change or two. The 45-second clock has been in effect since I retired, and the three-point goal. And they've brought a little bit of change, but the basic things of conditioning, fundamental skills, and team play remains the same.
Would those rules have changed drastically the way you coach, you think?
I don't think so at all. I would have liked the 45-second clock very much. And the three-point goal, there were times I would have liked it, and other times I wouldn't have liked it as much.
You were not a particularly demonstrative coach, as I recall. There are a lot of histrionics. Well, you could be from time to time, but there are a lot of histrionics on the sidelines these days. It seems to me, and I don't know if it's more than ever before, but what do you think about the performing coaches who seem to draw a lot of attention to themselves?
I think you television people have brought it about, you know, Pat.
Oh, really? Well, don't blame me, John. You mean by focusing on
television? Yes, I think that. There's quite a bit of acting now, and I think it's brought about more showmanship of the fancy dunk and the behind-the-back passing and dribbling and that type of play. You see more of it now, and I have a feeling that television has actually brought a lot of it about. Even some of the coaches act, I think.
What about the? You mentioned the dunk when they got rid of the dunk there for a while. Was that? The story goes that it was because of a particular player. Is that true?
I don't think that's true at all. Alcindor, Kareem, was playing for me at that time, and he felt it was aimed at him, and I don't think it was at all. I think it was aimed at the Houston team, all of whom dunked, and in the Final Four, each game that they played, they had to hold up the game after they'd warmed up to straighten up the baskets because they had been hanging on them a little bit, and I think that was because the Rules Committee are always there at the Final Four, and then they stay on for a couple of days afterwards, and then they come up with whatever rule changes they're going to be for the next year.
Kareem is kind of doing his farewell tour of the NBA. Are you surprised that he has played? I mean, it's an extraordinary career, and what, 20 seasons? Having coached him, are you surprised that he managed to be so good for so long?
I think you'd have to be surprised at anyone that would play that long in the NBA, but if anyone could do it, I felt that he could all along because of his build. He has the long, sinewy muscles. He isn't susceptible to injury like the heavily muscled players are, and he doesn't have Charlie horses like you get with the heavily muscles, and then get the pulled muscles, and doesn't have the strain on the joints that I think the heavily muscled.
Yeah.
In a sense, a player that played for me after him, Wilkes, I used to tell him that I never have to worry about him pulling the muscle because he doesn't have any muscles.
Yeah, you some great teams over your coaching career. We'll be back to talk about a few of them with Coach John Wooden. Stay right there. Former coaching great John Wooden is with us. So much I'd like to cover with you. Final Four time, of course, upon us. You want to do a little handicapping from your point of view?
I selected Arizona to win it all, and they're not
nice going, Coach.
I expected Georgetown to be in the Final Four, and they're not there.
Well, given the teams we have, Michigan, Illinois, Seton Hall.
I think Illinois will play Duke for the championship.
Really? And you care to go beyond that?
I think Illinois will win the championship.
Oh, interesting call. And then shortly after that, tell me about the John Wooden Award.
On Wednesday following the championship game is the Los Angeles Athletic Club annual event. And this year it's an all-American team. The 5 players that receive the highest number of votes will be there, and the one that with the highest numbers will receive the award, which has been going on now for the last 14 years. And here's one of the little tie class, Pat,
nice.
that you can have.
And I can actually have
You can have
I
that.
say
Yes,
I want
it
it?
is.
Do I have to say you gave it to me? Can I say I earned it? Well, thank you. That's exciting. You, how do you feel about there's been a lot of talk about drugs and in sports, and my hunch is that you favor pretty strict disciplinary action on the matter.
I do. I go for the idea that the late, or some time ago, Commissioner Landis in the baseball, severe penalty. I think you need it. There was a commissioner of athletics in the Indiana high schools way back in my day that he said the rules are clear and the penalty is severe, and he didn't have much trouble.
Is anyone, I can't imagine anyone ever approaching the record you had in terms of championships. It seems to be tougher to repeat these days. You won 7 consecutive among yours, didn't you?
At one time.
Yeah, oh yeah, over 7 years. Can that ever happen again, do you think, realistically, in these times?
I didn't think it could happen then, Pat, and it did.
But we see, for example, the Final Four here, none of them has ever won the championship, so it'll be someone new we know this year.
But I think it's possible. Unlikely, improbable, but possible.
Yeah. Of all the teams, can you pick one out that you're not necessarily the best team, but maybe that you were proudest of their accomplishment?
The first team I had to win the championship, smallest team to ever win it, a team that didn't rate very high at the beginning of the year. I believe the Dick Vitales and the Al McGuires had them rated about 77th, and they went through undefeated, won the championship with the shortest team to ever win it, and that gave me a lot of satisfaction.
It's a great game because you don't decide winners on paper or by predictions. You go out and play the game.
It's much better that way.
You know, speaking of that, Ms. Sullivan here was making some braggadocio kind of remarks earlier about being a terrific you were about being a fine basketball player. Coaching here?
In front of Coach Wooden?
Yeah, why don't
I went to USC. Do you know the humiliation that this man put me through for how many years?
Do we
I
have
think Oscar De La Renta made clothes for basketball. It's hard. I can't even get it up
right.
there.
The tension mounts. Now, this is... Oh, yeah. Here we go.
David.
Hey! Nicely done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a late substitution. Wearing the new team colors.
Now, were you really playing that? Were you really playing that one off the board?
Oh boy. Would you do me a personal favor?
Sure.
Take a jump shot. Coach, you've never seen plays like this, have you? All right. Look at that! Look at that! Who do you think has the best shot at a pro career here?
Well, I definitely feel that the ladies have the best form.
This is a wonderful autobiography filled with a lot of thoughts about the players you coached and men you knew throughout your career, and it's called They Call Me Coach, John Wooden. Great to have you here, Coach. Thanks very much.
Pat.
Stay right there, please. We'll be back. Comic Ben Curley will be right out.